Younger fans, you're in the right place. I'm Taylor Strecker, and this is where we take an inside look at each week's new episode of Younger. It's your Getting Younger after show. Tonight's episode had way too many jaw-dropping moments for me to handle it alone. So here to help me process everything, all the feels, Sutton Foster, Miriam Shor. Hi, guys.
Hi.
We're here. You guys, this is a major episode.
Yeah. It's probably the biggest episode of the series.
Well, emotionally, it was intense.
Yeah, it was humongous.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, here we go.
I was watching and I go, oh, shit.
Yeah.
It was, okay, it's a goodie.
I loved it, though.
I remember reading the episode for the first time, and I was like, oh, and I was reading it so fast, and I was like, I can't.
It's a moment
huge.
we've been thinking about for the whole.
We're like, how?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
how,
like,
when, what, where,
how, when, and how
why.
will Diana find out?
Yeah.
And how will Diana react?
Yeah, and then, it's also Sarah Choi's first episode, who's one of our writers, the first, her big episode that she really got to write, and I think it's wonderful and
Nailed.
brilliant.
Yeah, she nailed it.
We've got a shit ton to unpack.
Okay.
Shit ton. But I also want to just let the audience know, hey, this show's for you. And so we want you to join in the conversation by telling us what you thought about tonight's show. I'm sure you have a lot to say in the comment section. Okay, so let's get into it.
Okay.
We knew this moment was inevitable, obviously. Right. It was like, when is it gonna happen? When's it gonna happen? She happened.
Yeah.
I'm in total shock still. Diana finally found out Liza's age. I mean, at the very beginning of the season, you found out about her dating Charles.
Yes.
That was a big blow, but
Yeah.
I feel like the age thing was gonna be an even bigger bomb.
Well, yeah, even bigger bomb because it's cumulative, right? So she lied to me. The betrayal wasn't so much that I'm like, I'm jealous of you and Charles, which is there. But
a little bit.
But it's also like, you just betrayed me. I was made to look the fool, and Diana doesn't take well to that. And nobody does, but she in particular, and also I think she really values this relationship.
Yeah.
Really values it.
Yeah.
It's important to her. And for all the armor she puts up, it really matters. And so, she was betrayed once, and she managed to get over it, thanks to Dolly Parton. And because she wanted to.
Right.
And then the second time, it just feels like
Well, then you question everything.
Everything. Like, who is this person?
Yeah.
Is this even the person I love, I value as my friend, But I think that scene,
we gonna get to it.
yeah.
Were you guys dying for this to happen, or were you kind of nervous for this moment to happen?
I've been waiting for it. So I'm grateful, because I feel like the show can exist beyond this conceit. And I've been feeling every season, the more of Liza's world knows, the lighter I feel, and actually the more authentic I feel as a character. And so I especially as our company as we are gaining momentum with our company and bonding together as women and leading the pack, it had to come out. So I wish that I had told her, I guess.
Right.
I would have liked it to have come out. That would have been better, I guess.
Yeah.
Than the way it was revealed, but I also think that it's a weight lifted off Liza's shoulders.
Yeah. It was written exactly how I hoped it would be, in that we were allowed to feel the emotions we feel. It wasn't just like, funny. It was deep, and
it was.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, and I love our scene, because when Kelsey found out, when Charles found out, they were mad for so long, and it took them longer to forgive Liza. And with Diana, I think Diana kind of gets it.
Yeah.
You recovered mighty quickly.
Well,
But
I think she doesn't want to lose her friend. She
Yeah.
doesn't want to lose her friend.
No.
She doesn't want to lose this relationship.
She also
And
understands
she understands you.
Yeah.
Total empathy in that moment.
Which is, that would be the last character I think you would think would
But
get
I
there.
love that about I love that.
But she's like, she burns bright and hot, but then she's like, all right, let's move on. Let's be who we are.
I have more questions, but I can't wait anymore. Can we just get to the clip already? I have to watch it.
It was really hard lying to someone I care about so much. Diana, I owe so much to you. You were the only person who wanted to hire me.
Well, I wouldn't have if I'd known.
Exactly. That's why I had to lie. I saw this opportunity to work for you, the biggest opportunity that I have ever had, and I had to take my shot. And my life opened up when I did. You can't win the game without playing the game. You taught me that.
But for what, Liza? I mean, I have been searching my mind for hours. And for the life of me, I cannot come up with one good answer to the question, what self-respecting adult would go to those lengths for this job? To get me coffee and chopped salad? To hand-stitch my pants, to clean out my birdcage, to bring my urine sample to the doctor? To hold my hand when I was alone on the red carpet, to convince me to fight for Enzo when I chased him away? Who would do that? I mean, it couldn't have been just for the money.
Of course not. No. I did all those things for you.
Oh, sweet. I know.
Oh, God, can we get tissues?
So sweet.
She came prepared.
I have tissues. I'm a
Okay.
mother. I always have tissues.
Let's take a
sweet.
moment, because, like,
That was great.
It's great.
unbelievable.
We're such great actors. That's not what I mean. It's just
No,
lovely.
but when we first
but you
read
are
it-
such a great
No,
actor.
you are too.
No,
Shut
you're
up.
lovely.
We love it.
Oh, I
No,
love
it's so
that
sweet.
you are just like, you like, once it's revealed, you're just like, I have to tell you exactly why I did it. I'm gonna cry again. I have to tell you exactly why I did it, and I'm here and I'm who I am right in front of you. And you're just very still, you're just very like, dropped in and like, this is why I did it. And I'm, like Diana's like trying to figure out why you would do this, and she's just like, because I had to, and it's lovely. It's very good.
5 seasons.
Little bit of the feels happening for me.
Build up for this. 5.5. It's been halfway through the season,
Yeah.
you know? It really, I mean, you guys, Miriam, I would have to say this too. I mean, you have so many emotional scenes this season.
It's pretty great.
It really is so
Yeah,
great, you know?
It's fun.
How
and
is
then
that?
and then I like wear a 50-pound necklace and slip on a banana peel, which I also enjoy. Let's be honest. I'm a little bit of a ham.
Where do you think we go though now that this lie is out officially, you know? Everyone knows. So where do we go now?
great. I think it's
what
great.
do you hope happens?
I feel like the writers have always surprised us with the world is vast, you know? Like the universe of creativity is vast, and these writers are great.
So great.
You know? And these are interesting characters who live in New York City who are, they're coming up with stories about people who come up with stories for a living. You know, we work in book publishing. I think it's endless, you know? I'm excited to see where they take it.
All these characters who are now fighting for each other, and it's amazing. They've now like gone through so much, and they're bonded in new ways, and so I'm super curious to see how it all unfolds.
Yeah.
I have to go back to the reveal with Pauline and how she did it, and it was so like
A little public. Thanks, Pauline.
Little public.
like a little savagery right there.
Yeah.
Were you guys shocked, happy, disturbed with how the news was going to come out?
Yeah, that's not the way
Yeah, I mean,
you wouldn't want it to go.
no, and it's like the writers gave me like a hint that it was going to come out in a public way, and I thought, oh, well, that's one way of just getting it, so that it doesn't have to keep
Yeah.
like one person by one person.
Right,
by
right,
one.
right.
And I
Everyone will
thought-
know.
Yeah, and I was like, okay,
The dam bursts.
I know, and having Pauline do it, I mean,
That's really like sticking the dagger in there, you know. But at the same time, I don't know, if you explode it, then at least it's all over. It's like ripping the Band-Aid off.
yeah,
You
that's
know?
what I like about it.
Yeah.
I want to talk about how Diana jumped immediately to Liza's defense. Were you
I
shocked by that?
know.
No, I love that. I mean, that's because that makes the turn harder. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? That she was like, she's fierce. She'll fight for her friend. Like, that's how important it is to her. That this woman would come in and say this about a person she knows to have integrity, and then have the person be like, well, actually, that's true. I feel like that was smart writing, because it
Yeah.
just, it lets you, I always like, when a person has to deal with multiple emotions happening at the same time, it's complicated and it's difficult and it's interesting and fun
Yes.
to play and difficult to play and challenging.
Yeah.
So I like that. I mean, I feel like that's good writing.
And also, I know we touched upon this, but one more time, I just want to bring it back to the stages of Liza. That's been something that Charles went through, Kels went through. I mean, we're talking almost full seasons here that
Yeah.
they had to process
Yeah.
and be pissed off at Liza. And you, what would we say that was?
Well, I burned bright.
Yes?
I went out and had a little heart attack in Times Square.
Just a small one.
Like you do. So I would say, like, I maybe took it the hardest in the moment.
Yeah.
And I had to go to the hospital.
Yep.
And had to process it. But then I feel like, in a strange way, I'm the person
who can understand where she's coming from the best.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I understand that struggle. You know, I'm in a place in my life, I'm at an age in my life where I'm feeling like I have to fight to not be forgotten and not be, you know, swept aside. And that's what she was fighting for.
Right.
And so I, of course, understand that. It's really more the personal betrayal. And once I understand where she's coming from, how could I not forgive that, since, like, that's how I live my life, you know?
Right.
I have to respect it, you know?
Yeah.
I love it. It's like one of the most beautiful scenes of the season. Really, guys, epic. We were, I didn't cry because I'm all cried out. I've watched it like 3 times already.
That's so nice. Thank you.
It's so true. It was just epic.
It's really fun to get to do. This show is very funny, very entertaining. It's wonderful. It's really nice to get to also play.
Yeah.
As an actor, to get to play moments like that, where you get to really explore true human emotion. You know, great.
Well, speaking of age,
With an amazing, amazing, amazing actress.
yes,
Yeah.
Right.
you received that.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Also, in the same theme of age, so Pauline is actually way pissed off when she finds out about your real age, because she was okay with the idea of Charles being with a younger woman, but not leaving her for a woman of the same age. Do we totally get that, or do we not get that?
I've actually thought about that a lot. I was like, that's an interesting. And I thought, you know, when someone betrays you, you have to, right, your mind has to work its way out of that. Like, you have to think, why did this happen? What, you know, and you start second guessing yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Whenever you make a bad choice in a partner, or you feel like a choice, you know, you start second guessing all of your choices. And so then when you come to a conclusion about it, and you make your peace with it, you know, and you tell yourself the story about it that you can live with, and you can move on. So then if that story is completely shattered, you've got to go back to the beginning again and start all over. And so I get it, you know? I don't think it's just like, well, I was fine if she was young, but I'm not if she's old. I don't think that's what it is. I just think it was like having to go back.
That was the story she had created for herself to be okay.
That she was like, okay, I can live with this story, and this is what it is, and I'll move on. And she did. She came back and, like, moved on.
I know.
And it just opened the wound again, I think. It just shattered that. And so she went all out in her response to that, you know? These women they're not going gently into that.
And I think, too, like, she also said, the big thing that Pauline says is, I trusted her with our kids. Like, there's this sense of, who is this woman that you've, like, what are you, and also she's mad at Charles.
Yes.
Right.
That Charles wasn't honest with her. And she's like, so I get how she goes nuclear.
Yeah.
Was she justified? Would we?
I don't know.
Could we say we wouldn't do the same if in Pauline's position?
I don't think you could ever really say until you're in a position like that to be like, well, I would never, you know. I mean, you can say it.
I think she was justified.
Yeah, I mean, you know, she's like, P.S. this person's lying to everybody.
That's just it. She's like, it's not just me, it's everyone.
Yeah.
And I trusted her. I put my entire faith in her. And she's sleeping with my ex-husband. And it's, I mean, it's tricky.
She's no villain, I think, which is what I think is kind of great.
About Pauline?
Yeah.
I agree.
She's not like some, you know, mustache twirling.
She's complicated.
Yeah.
It's all, you know.
I think we all are, and that's great. They don't let anybody off the hook, really, you know? Because everybody's human, and they're all, like, making mistakes and making choices and having to deal with consequences, and I think it's great.
Yeah.
Also, side note, how horrible would it be to run into your significant other's
Wearing
her coat?
That, to me, is such an amazing detail of just cringiness.
The
which
worst.
is the word.
The worst. That would be a nightmare.
Okay, let's also talk about the move-in, moment. Do we think that this is, I mean, it's not gonna happen now, but is it too soon? Or is it a good idea? Had we been given the option, would Liza have officially moved into that townhouse?
Well, what I have learned of being an older human is that you do make, like, when I met my husband, we were engaged within like 8 months.
Yep.
Because we met later in life, and you just sort of know. And I think with Charles, I mean, yes, it's complicated, but I think Liza, it's like, it's good. And so I don't think it's too soon. I think it makes sense in many ways. I didn't even question that. It's funny. I was like, oh yeah, they should. And he's got a really nice townhouse.
I mean, it's so nice.
Hello.
This is New York City. I think if she'd met him 2 days earlier and he's like, do you want to move into this townhouse? She'd been fine being like, yeah, I do, actually. I'll take the top floor.
I've been in love with that townhouse.
What's your
It's
name?
amazing.
Great, I'm going to be on the top floor.
So it feels moving in together. Feels nice.
We just had these moments with Josh in the last couple episodes that were kind of like hopeful for anybody who's Team Josh. So I feel like maybe that for me, I was like, not that I'm a team anybody. I'm
Liza.
completely. I'm Team Liza.
Yeah.
But I definitely was like, girl, you really want to move in? Are you sure? Not too soon. So yeah.
But sometimes you do that too because you're like, I need to really cut the cord here.
That's true. That's true. And I need to be all in.
Yeah, and see, and give it a shot. Like really devote myself to this and stop like trying to, but at the same time, it's special what you have with Josh. Like it's liberated a part of you.
I know.
You should just get together with Maggie, and you and Maggie can be a couple, and then that would be great. You're best friends already.
That's true.
Well, and also, you're going to be her maid of honor.
Yeah.
Oh, do we know that yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. I can't remember if we know that. Okay.
So
Yeah, I
Diana's
know
like
you're
a
going to be
little
my
bit
maid of honor.
demanding.
Your old maid of honor.
Your old maid of honor.
Is Diana going to be a difficult bride?
Am I allowed to talk about that episode? Because I know
you can
it.
give us a tease. We know that you asked her to be your maid of honor.
Yes, yeah, and I don't think she's going to be difficult in the way that everyone would assume, actually.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case.
She's been married before.
She's been married before.
This is her second wedding.
She did the whole damn thing before.
True.
He ended up loving men instead. And that's fine.
It happens.
It's okay. She moved on. She's not Bridezilla.
Okay. She'll surprise us.
She will, and also the difficulty of Diana doesn't come from her being like a flibbertigibbet. It comes from her having very high standards, which could make her a Bridezilla, I see.
Yes.
But it comes from her having high standards and her feeling like, keep up, people. Like, let's raise the bar of our IQ for a second to the same level. That's where her, and then also being a narcissist.
Well, speaking of that, Diana's doorman opens up her eyes to her own lack of self-awareness. She is Lucy Tuna. Do we think now that she has this realization, she might actually change her ways a little bit and be more self-aware? Please say no.
Well, no, I don't think people can change that easily. That's not real. That's a TV show. I think in life, and I don't think our TV show does that. Like in life, you're not like, I've decided to change, and you change. That's not how it works.
Yep.
You've spent your whole life being a certain way. I do think that Enzo is someone in her life who helps her see that side of herself, and helps her, not in a way that makes her feel bad, but certainly from the second episode, where you see her understand that her own being wrapped up in her own world can be hurtful, So I do think that he helps her kind of open up into that. But she spent, her whole life working really hard on herself and on being, who she is. So, I don't think that that's going to go anytime soon.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I don't think she's suddenly going to be like, what, I'm just going to go with like a small pendant. I don't think that's gonna
No, she can't.
She can't be sad. It's hard for her to be. This is the most stripped down we've ever seen.
In episode, that scene, we purposely I didn't want to wear any crazy jewelry. I mean, she just was in the hospital too.
Right.
So I think she just, and the necklace that I'm wearing in the scene in Times Square when I find out is the heaviest necklace I've worn in 6 seasons.
I could not stop staring at it.
Pounds of necklace. There's chainmail. It's so heavy that when
ridiculous.
I fell over, it would literally drag me down. I was like, oh God, I need a hand up here. So I think, I'm not, I'm not really wearing lipstick. I just wanted, we just wanted it to feel like I just can't today. You know what I mean? But then I think she's back. She's herself again. She's not going to lose that part.
Okay, good. I need those necklaces in my life.
Oh yeah, necklaces aren't going anywhere.
Like breath,
Listen, I'm gonna bruise and bleed for you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's game time.
Ooh.
Okay.
I didn't even warm up.
Okay, so she doesn't always show it, but we all know that deep down, Diana considers Liza a true and trusted friend. So we're gonna play a game that's been scientifically proven by middle school girls everywhere to reveal how close you two are in real life. Best friend tag.
Oh no.
I know, it sounds terrifying, right?
Shoes?
I know. I'm like, uh-oh.
Oh God. Can we run while sitting?
I'll ask a question,
Okay.
and you each write an answer, and we'll see if your answers are close to each other or match up.
It's like a newlywed game. Like the
Best
newlywed
friend
game.
tag, so we have dry erase board.
Okay.
Dry erase boards. You
To
know
really
it's middle school
bring
when there's a
you
dry
back
erase
to
board.
middle school,
Or it's middle
and
school in the 90s. No, I guess middle school they just used tablets.
Thank you. Okay.
I like my eraser.
Best friend tag. And no cheating. Okay.
What'd you put?
I haven't written anything yet, but I can see yours.
When did you first meet each other for the first time?
Oh, I don't really remember, but it had
Wait,
to
in
have
the
been-
show or in real life?
In real life.
In real.
Okay.
IRL.
IRL, it had.
You guys are writing like sentences, so I feel like you're matching up. This feels really good. Oh wow, you're writing a paragraph over
Well,
there.
I don't know.
Dear diary.
Okay, ready?
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
1, 2, 3.
When Sutton was 17, I was in college.
Hey, college.
When
Was
I
in
was
college.
17, I was in college.
And when Hunter and you were in college together.
Oh
I was in
my
college with my
God.
brother.
Amazing.
Okay, good.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sutton was a wonderkin. Sutton was, we would talk about her in college. You're gonna have to take this. We were like, do you believe how talented that Sutton Foster is? She's gonna make it someday.
Oh, and looky here.
We were wrong. We were so wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, we've known each other for a long term.
Yeah.
If you could perform a song from any Broadway show together, what would it be?
You know what we're gonna say.
Hide. That smile says they know. Again, paragraphs.
I hope it's the one.
still
I know, if you're
going.
still going, that's not a good sign.
Okay.
Okay, ready, set, show.
Part of your world.
You learn something new on Getting Younger every episode. Why?
Because we just did it.
We just tortured our castmates.
We were
We were
bored.
trapped in a conference room.
We were in the conference room, which, by the way, those conference room scenes are endless.
gosh,
They take
they're
forever to
endless.
shoot. And we get a little bored, and we get a little loopy.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then we just start.
Someone-
Charles
Michael Davis.
told us. He was like, hey, he asked me. He was like, do you know that song where you're like,
Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat?
He was like that part that goes, what are they called? Feet. And I was like, oh, you mean, look at this stuff. And I just started singing.
And then
it.
I was like, oh yeah.
And then we just
sang
sang the whole song.
The whole song.
Oh, it's a classic.
It's good.
Classic.
It's a classic.
Although you know that I would play Ursula.
Oh, you'd be such a good Ursula.
I'm just saying, I would want to play the Little Mermaid, and they'd be like, no, you're the ugly
I
octopus.
was like eel number 2, so I would take Ursula any day of the week.
Flotsam and Jetsam.
I don't even know which one I was.
Yes.
They're like, whichever one you want to be, slithering
Oh
around.
my gosh, that's really funny.
Okay, if you could go anywhere in the world together, where would you go?
Oh,
Oh, well,
that's interesting. I'm gonna go like this. This is just always my answer for that question.
Yeah, ready?
1, 2, 3.
Italy.
Y'all are bestest friends.
We are besties.
I am loving
each
this.
other.
You guys, you are, I mean, not that you guys are competing episode for episode, but I mean, thus far,
Winning.
you guys are like winning collectively aside from every other episode. I'm so impressed.
Listen, we're like Venus
we're
and
gonna
Serena when
totally-
they're playing doubles.
Okay, who sings more on set?
Oh, that's hard.
Oh my gosh, that's really hard. I'm gonna say this.
Just call me Barbara Walters over here, asking the tough questions.
I don't know if
I'm
I have
gonna
the right
say-
answer.
You do. We both sing a lot.
We sing a lot.
I would say a tie. That's good. I'll give you. I'll give
She
you
changed
that.
her answer.
I
I'll
said
accept it.
cut and
I
go
accept
back.
it.
No, but yeah, I would say that. That's
a tough
good.
one.
It's tough because we all kind of sing a little bit.
Yeah.
Like for some, yeah, we do.
Who sings like, so after the two of you, who's the next one that sings the most?
Everybody.
Everybody.
Okay.
No, I guess Hilary
Hillary
sings.
sings.
Nico sings
Yeah.
a little bit. No, it's just usually us.
Just
Actually-
usually you guys.
Sutton, I think we're finding out something.
Damn it.
Right now that it's us. We're like, everybody does. And by everybody, we mean the two of us.
And finally, who is more likely to laugh during filming a scene?
Oh well, shit.
Wait, between the two of us?
Between the two of you.
Oh, that's tricky.
It's funny. I was like,
Are
oh,
you-
I know this one.
Are you
Because
the
we're
same
both-
person?
We both.
We're both professionals. Can we answer Peter?
I know, right? I knew that's what you were
Okay, here
originally
we
going
go.
towards.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Because I was saying it was probably like a tie because we both break. All I mean,
yes. Well, that's our
and you're so
goal.
freaking funny.
That's our goal in life, is to make each other laugh.
Oh, I love
That's
it.
really why we're on set. I mean,
It's
it's also
so
to film the
fun.
show, but mostly it's
We
just trying to make each other laugh.
really have such a good time.
Yeah.
We really have a good time.
I know.
So-
It's so fun.
It
to get to
translates,
do it.
guys, really.
Yeah.
What a special episode.
Oh my God.
Thank you so much for joining me.
What a special person. I'm gonna start crying again.
I'm just gonna erase it. Oh, I love you too.
Aw.
You guys.
Tissues. I know I have more
know, like,
on the
you have
couch
more.
I
somewhere.
have one on under my butt.
So I have to let you guys go, but before I let you go, I need one word from each of you to tease next episode.
Romper.
Romper.
Old flames. Well, that was one word.
Old flames. Old flames.
If you say it really quickly, it just mushes together. Sutton, Miriam, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And a big thanks to all of our younger fans out there for watching and sharing in our comments. I'm Taylor Strecker, and this is Getting Younger. Join me again right here, right after next week's episode for more behind the scenes and insights from the cast. Until then, a sneak peek of what's coming.
Hi.
Good evening. Enjoying the show?
Oh, yeah, it's really timely. I mean, the one thing we need more of is male perspective on femininity.
So we agree. This exhibit is dog shit. Except that piece, no?
I don't know. I mean, it's a little needy. The artist is trying way too hard. And standing a little close.
So you know who I am. Well, how come you're not flipping your hair like the other girls telling me I'm a genius?
Honey, this hair took me an hour, and I don't flip it for anybody.
Oh, you are gorgeous.
Thank you.
It's Maggie, right?
Yeah, Maggie Amato, hi.
So Maggie Amato, tell me what you really think of this piece.
You know, it's less layered than your earlier work, but it's stunning and interesting and...
Sexy. We'll take that as a yes.
Subscribe to Younger Uncovered.
The podcast dedicated to all things younger.